doesn't like the limelight, like a vampire chilling by the light.
Hey guys, welcome to our YouTube channel. Yay! Finally did it. I know like the title and everything revolves around me basically because it is a D Jesus thing. But I came up with that title because I've gone through so much and only now I'm starting to understand certain things and why certain things happen in my life with a more broad aspect to things and being able to try and understand, okay, what does Marion think this could have like been the reason, and why do I feel that I only understand it now? And to be very honest, I've taken the decision to stop drinking and experimenting with anything and everything because you may not believe that you could do something until you do it. So I'm not one to really judge people for things they do or what they've done, but I've just decided, you know what? Through my experiences, I've gotten to a point in time where I'm just going to sacrifice everything for God and myself and just try and understand myself from that aspect. Like, okay, if I let God guide me, how far am I going to get in life? Because also, another thing is when you put all your eggs in one basket in terms of opinions, sometimes you get confused as to which one really works for you. So I've been in a journey lately where I just decided to sacrifice everything that is toxic in my life, friendships, and even in terms of foods. Like, I've tried cutting down on foods that don't help me grow as a person because I prayed about it and I was like, you know what, God, whatever I experience through being alone at home, in terms of having alone time, not always going to link up with friends, even if it's for lunch or like whatever it is. I've just spent a lot of time at home trying to learn myself and fix things that I've been dealing with over the years that I felt like, you know what, this is not necessary. I don't need this. Like, so yeah, it took a lot. It took pain, it took confusion, it took uncertainty. Even if you're confident, it also took a lot of self doubt. Like, am I sure about this? Do I really want to do this? Like, Marion, are you sure? Like, are you sure? So, yeah, like, I'm glad I'm finally at this point in my life where even starting this YouTube channel isn't just about beauty and fun lifestyle. It's basically like a channel that I want to start based on mental health. I feel like we really ignore how important mental health is. That even when you have everything that you could ever want in life, your mental health, if it's not as strong as it should be, you'll feel like you're lacking. You'll feel like there's something wrong. You feel like everyone around you, if there's someone who's better or more advanced than you, you feel like, no, I'm not doing it. You start beating yourself up, and all of this is happening here. It's not happening because of what's around you. Like, everything around you will always be there, but it's how you yourself take it into your mind and think, okay, that person is better than me. That's fine. I've come this far. You need to also appreciate your past, appreciate the fact that you've gone through what you've gone through, because had you not, you wouldn't be who you are. And that's one thing that we ignore. And we always blame ourselves, always find ourselves feeling like, I'm not good enough. I will never be good enough just because we're going through issues or a lot of things that we shouldn't be. Because to be very honest, everything happens for a reason. We downplay those words, but they are very, very important. Everything happens for a reason. Because if you can just look back at your past without regret, hurt, just look back with an open mind, you'll begin to understand that, oh, that's why this didn't work out, and that's why that worked out. And then when you get to a point in your life where you actually feel like you've accomplished, you're totally happy, your mental health is at a point where you can deal with issues coming your way and actually look at them like, okay, this is more a lesson than it is torture or pain or hurt. Because another thing is blaming yourself for the things you go through. Excuse me, when you can't control what you go through sometimes. Like maybe your actions led you to go through what you went through, but out of that, don't take it as if like, yeah, I got robbed because it was meant to be. I'm meant to be nothing. I'm meant to lose everything. I'm meant to have nothing. No. The minute you do that, you're going to continuously lose things. But if you start to look at life like, you know what? I lost my shit, but that's not going to stop me. That's not going to hold me back. That's not going to determine who I'm going to be. You losing that and having a more grateful mindset will allow you to welcome new things into your life that will be way better than the things you've lost. Because the more you grow and understand yourself, the better you become, the easier it is to realize that, okay, I needed my stuff to get lost, so I push and work harder. So that, for example, if you had a job and you took it for granted, now you're going to actually put in the work. You're going to actually be motivated to not settle for what you lost, but to actually settle for greater. So that is not just settling for a position that could bring you down. You're settling for way more, which is actually pushing yourself beyond boundaries. So now, instead of saying, I'm going to settle for affording an iPhone 10, for example, I'm going to settle for affording an iPhone 10. But you know that if you just push a little harder, you could get the 12 even, or the 11. But also be realistic with yourself. If you know that, okay, if I just worked an extra month, I could get the phone of my dreams. Rather than settling for a phone you had and you know that you had already been striving for greater. So I feel like life is like that. We tend to settle for what we can get without trying to understand, how do I work towards achieving the main thing? Because, for example, another thing is, for me personally, every time I drink, something would go wrong. If I'm not fighting with someone, if I'm not losing my shit, I just wouldn't have a nice experience. And sometimes, even when I'm responsible about it, I'd find myself losing something. Like, even if it's not my fault, but something would happen that made me realize that, okay, let me cut down. So I cut down. I avoided drinking unnecessarily, to be honest, until it got to a point where I realized that, okay, when I do actually go out once in a while, something still goes wrong. So I've just taken the decision that, you know what, maybe it's the type of alcohol I drink, maybe it's the type of plans I'd make or the way I'd go about it. So I decided, you know what, let me be more responsible about it. Like, I personally don't enjoy being drunk anymore. I am terrified of being drunk because of my experiences. So I've taken the decision that, you know what, let me just be that bougie drinker. Like, not bougie because I want to be rich or have that status, but maybe simply drinking something like champagne and telling myself that if I can't buy it myself, then I'm not going to drink. So that at least I know that, okay, if I drink, I only drink when I can afford to purchase the things that I want to drink. So that's another way to go about controlling this thing. So yeah, don't hold yourself back, don't beat yourself up, and don't judge yourself according to someone else's experiences, because we're not all meant to have the same experience. They had theirs, you have yours. You have your own story to tell, they have their own story to tell. So you can't expect that you can all have the same story. Sorry, but like, my lashes look weird, but I guess it's the lighting. Yeah, but anyways, but personally, I want to just take you guys through dealing with mental health, because I went through it, where nobody had to tell me that you're not good enough, you're slacking, you're beating yourself up for nothing, basically. So it took me to be the one, because to be honest, someone can criticize me and I won't take it well, but it's not how I would deal with them telling me, but it's about what I do with what they've told me. I used to take it, get myself depressed. I got suicidal. It just messed with my mind. But now I'm at a point where I understand, like, wow, every negative thing I went through was not to beat me up or bring me down. Because I was the only one bringing myself down. Everyone used to tell me, yeah, it happens, you'll fight it, you'll be fine. And I used to be like, oh my gosh, why are you telling me something I already know? Without realizing that when they say that, it's not because they're trying to say it's not worth you going through the pain and everything. Like, deal with it, but don't let it put you down. Let it motivate you to actually do better, be better. Because holding yourself back is holding yourself back. And then blaming the fact that you were criticized is not going to change the fact that you need to act, do something. Because criticism is not meant to break you down. Criticism is supposed to help you see that, okay, I believe that I'm not overdoing what they say I'm overdoing. But you are in the situation. You won't see it until it's too late, when now you've messed your life up. So sometimes deal with criticism in a way where take it in, digest it, and then improve yourself according to a way that you know won't make you slip up or go back to the beginning of what you were trying to improve from. And also, don't beat yourself up. I still say it may not be physical, it may not be emotional, but the mental part of it, because your mind tells your body what to do. So if this is messed up, then everything else gets messages from here. So you need to start telling your mind, think more positive. You're greater than this. You're worthy. You're better. Because people that are successful with school or without school, it's because they ended up telling themselves that, you know what, I'm not going to settle for something that isn't allowing me to be greater than I am. So if you're not going to lead by example, then at least follow an example that can help you learn how to become a leader. And that's where the power of sacrifice comes in. I look at it like this. I don't mean to be all preachy or gospel on you guys, but God sacrificed his one and only son. And to be honest, we know in the Bible that Mary and Joseph had Jesus, and they also sacrificed Jesus for God. So we now know that it took a sacrifice for a sacrifice, but in the end it was for a greater good. And to be honest, we have to deal with sacrifice to a minimal. At least we don't have to lose our parents by choice, because imagine if we were the ones who were told, if you want to succeed in life, we have to kill your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, someone you really, really love as family. We wouldn't be able. We'd sacrifice what we love, which is school and becoming greater, despite knowing that, you know what, it could be a situation where maybe y'all are struggling or something, but that doesn't define who you are. If sacrificing buying clothes every month to buying clothes every third month, every second month even, then do it. You're helping a situation, but never compromise yourself for something that will only break you. You can't sacrifice your money to drink alcohol, to miss classes, to lose your job, or even to find yourself just sitting at home because now you're constantly asking for money. They can't pay for you to go to school. Sometimes the little things that you sacrifice that you could love most are the biggest change, because you just need to process it. That's where your mind comes in. That's why I say mental health. You need to tell your mind that, okay, I'm missing out on shopping every month, but at least now I'm able to know that my school fees is paid for the next term or the next semester. Like, sometimes you may not know how great the change will be, but simply just accepting that, let me remove this out of my life. So my sacrifice personally is alcohol. If I do drink, I want it to be occasionally, strictly occasional. And it doesn't have to be every single person's birthday. It doesn't have to be every single celebration. Like, for example, I'm turning 21 this year. On my 21st birthday, I want to pop a bottle of champagne, but I don't want to be drunk because I'm scared of being drunk. Because imagine losing your stuff on your birthday. Like, I'm trying to avoid unnecessary costs, because by losing a phone, that's an extra cost. By losing a bag, that's an extra cost. And personally, for me, that's the sacrifice I have made for myself. That, you know what, if I cancel alcohol, I get more food, like fast food. I love food, so I get to go out more. Even if I'm eating something like salad at a restaurant, at least I'm getting that experience. And I know that I can take pictures, I can share this experience with everyone. I could be happier because at least I know that I'm secured in terms of food and health. So, yeah, I'm trying to also just show you guys that I really used to be hyped up with alcohol. Yo, I was the one. If my friends would call me and be like, yo, Marian, let's go out and drink, I'd be down, bro. I was the one person. When I'd come home, my home visit is not complete until I've gone out. December was a great time. I had my fun, but I felt like it was more of a letting go fun. Like, that's when I really, really saw I've started getting sick. Even if I'm not hungover, I'll just feel like something is wrong. And I don't want something to be wrong to actually decide, okay, I'm quitting, I'm done. Done, done. Girl, gotta breathe. Because I love to speak, but damn, I speak though. Like, my boyfriend's always telling me I talk too much sometimes. I was like, me? Talk? I don't talk. But anyways, I'm seeing it now because I don't have anyone to actually interrupt me. But wow, this is very interesting. So yeah, you see, that's another aspect I never used to understand. Now I do. Like, it took time, but now I actually understand that. Damn, girl, you talk. Damn. But anyways, guys, stay true to yourself. There's nothing more I could say than that. Don't be influenced by your friends. If your friends want to be influencing you and you just are the one that goes with the wind, then in the end, when you lose those very friends, you feel like you have nothing to live for, because now you don't know what direction do I take. I've always had this friend telling me, do this, do that. Now that friend is gone. Now, yo, sorry. But yeah, guys, protect yourself. And when I say protect yourself, even your mental health. If you yourself know that doing something is not what you want to do, but you feel pressured by your friends, then stand by your ground. The fact that a friend can try convince you to do it, that should also show you that the fact that they're capable of trusting themselves to actually convince you, then you should know that you also strong enough to convince them that you do it. I don't want to do it. Like, if they also decide not to do it because you're not doing it, then they never really wanted to do it. Because sometimes you'll hear friends saying, she's bad for me. Not because you are the one that initiates, but simply sometimes not being a strong friend for someone without realizing it. Because not being able to tell your friend, nah, or like, I don't do that, or I'm not about to do that, then they can see, I've gotten someone that can actually not make me feel bad about doing negative things. But if you have, excuse me, ew, it's nasty. But anyways, if you have friends that don't mind you being yourself and they also being themselves, like if you have friends that are like, yo girl, save your money, next month we're going on vacation, we're not drinking for the whole month, that's something positive. If you want to do it, then do it. But if you yourself feel like, I'll still have money, I'm gonna drink for the whole month, you guys do your thing, then stick to you. Like, you don't have to go according to what someone says, but also don't shut out advice, because advice comes in different ways. Listen, but process it in a way that goes according to you. Like, do I personally want to stop drinking to go? And by the way, guys, I'm sorry about talking about drinking a lot, because there's a lot of other things that people do out there by fucking makalini, by user, and also you can puff, So yeah, I'm just focusing on drinking just so that I don't offend people, because drinking is a more general thing. It's generalized now. It's become normal. So I'm not trying to use things that I personally don't understand like that to be explaining according to like lifestyle, because my experience was mainly alcohol. So I don't want to speak on things I don't understand quite well. So there's people that know more than I do. So feel free to DM me, let me know like what you'd like me to speak about, or even take a video, send it to me, and then I'm gonna edit it according to how I want it to come onto my channel. But I'm not gonna edit to remove. I'm simply gonna edit so I add my intro, maybe make it more shabam, just to add a few things here and there, so that like when I want to zoom in when you say something, because I'm trying to be like reaction, just to keep it interesting and just keep people watching, because you don't want to talk about serious things and be boring. Like, I'm not trying to have people watch my channel and then halfway they're like, sorry, akuluma about the same boring thing. Nah, fam, nah. But yeah, anyways, guys, I hope you like my first video. This is just to show you guys the type of conversation I'm trying to have. And I'm not saying that my whole channel will be about this. Yo, don't get me wrong, please. And then you unsubscribe. No, stay. But yeah, guys, I'm just trying to make you understand that I want to have serious conversations and also be fun about it, I will be uploading moments where I'm out and about, like maybe share with y'all a day at the mall or a date night with Bae or some pranks. So yeah, I'm gonna entail all these things, but as we begin, I want to make sure that you guys understand that this is the type of conversation I'm trying to have, even if it's something about beauty or lifestyle, food, because you can teach people a lot through different things. But my main focus is mental health. But other than that, mental health entails lifestyle, beauty, and food. So I'm gonna try generalize it and make you guys understand that, sometimes protecting your mental health is going to eat somewhere nice, going out on vacation, being with Bae, food, as I say, food, because I love me some food. So yeah, that's another thing though. Like, yo, I love food, guys. Yo. But yeah, and even if it's like an occasional drink, just make sure that you control what you do. It doesn't control you, because that's where it becomes a problem. But yeah, thank you to those that have already subscribed. You make me so happy. And please tell your friends about it. Spread the word, guys. Like, I'm trying to make this channel something big, because I really want to achieve something out of my life. And I really appreciate the support, because at least I'm not the only one learning, but I'm doing this for us. You know what I'm saying? Because at least you'll get advice through me, and I'll also be able to learn from you guys. So hold my hand. Let's do this together. So yeah, I hope you loved this video. If you did, as they always say, give it a thumbs up and comment below what you'd like me to talk about, what you guys would like to hear more about. And yeah, this is it. It's a Jesus thing.